Hello there. Welcome. Welcome. We are here. Let me just double check. We're here in the right place. I'm here. Excellent. Okay, we're here for Intuitive Eating Wisdom Wednesday. Welcome, everybody, whether you're here with me live or you're watching on replay or you're watching on YouTube. Welcome to today's edition of Intuitive Eating Wisdom. This is where I like to go through certain topics around intuitive eating, recovering from dieting, and just share some tidbits to help you along your journey. So, we are a community of women who are working on rejecting dieting, recovering from years of disordered eating and dieting, and really cultivating a healthier relationship with food and your body. And a lot of that just really, if I want to sum it up in one word, it's about trust. It's learning to trust yourself with food. It's learning to trust your body again. This is an amazing journey, and I feel so honored and grateful to be able to take so many women through the systematized step-by-step approach that I teach within my Whole Body Trust intuitive eating coaching program. If you've been struggling with intuitive eating, you know you never want to diet again, but you are having some trouble with integrating the principles of intuitive eating, I encourage you to reach out to me for support. We can have a short conversation. I could lay out the roadmap for you and discuss if perhaps a little bit of extra support is what you might need to really get you to where you want to go. Which, by the way, you have to know where you want to go. What does this journey look like for you? Why are you even here? Why do you want to become an intuitive eater? What does being an intuitive eater mean to you? Go ahead and use the comment box below if you can share, because when you share, it inspires others as well. If you're on replay, you know what you need to do. Hashtag replay, and I will come back and comment. Today's topic is, how do we eat nutritionally balanced meals without it feeling like it's a diet? Now, here's the thing. When you are stuck in diet mentality and you hear the word balance your meals, that might sound really ruly, right? Now, look, we all know that it is so easy to get caught up in all the latest diet trends. You know, you're constantly hearing about, what's in and what's out when it comes to food, the do's, the don'ts, how to eat quote unquote healthy. And how well measuring your food or counting your macros, whatever, that's what you need to do to ensure balanced eating. But what we do know is that these rules, these restrictive diets around, how you can, how to eat and what to do and all of this just really makes it more like a diet. It just sounds more like a diet. And so, yeah, you may want to be balancing your meals so nutritionally you're taking care of yourself. But if you find that it brings up for these thoughts of dieting, you really have to stop for a moment and kind of check in with yourself and ask yourself, am I looking to make nutritional choices or changes before I've moved out of my diet mentality? Look, I think we've all been there at some point. If you are somebody who's on this journey for a while, you probably know what I'm talking about. If you're new to this journey, stop for a moment and ask, when you try to make choices based on nutrition, does it feel ruly to you? Does it feel diety to you? Have you ever found yourself, counting or calculating, the fat content in a certain food, or, figuring out, well, how many grams of protein is this, and that I should have it a meal, or carbs, and yada, 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 all so I could be balanced, right? I mean, you hope you get the measurements right. You hope you get the calculations right, because that's how you feel you'll finally be eating in a balanced fashion. Again, you're now relying on calculators versus self-trust. It almost feels like people share with me, women in particular, that, food is the enemy. It's something that has to be managed, rather than enjoyed. I remember having a conversation online with somebody when I talked about the joy of eating and really enjoying meals, and she's like, no, if I enjoyed my food, I would never stop eating. Like, joy is the last thing you want to have around food and eating. And unfortunately, that really just reflected her deep diet mentality that she was still in, that she didn't really even know. But I still believe balancing meals is extremely important if you do have the right mindset, right? So there is a way to balance meals so you can feel nourished, you can feel energized, and you can eat the foods that you love. And understand that when we do balance our meals and provide our body with all of this great nutrition, we're helping our body work more effectively and efficiently, and we're really taking care of ourselves. Without balanced nutrition, our bodies are more prone to disease, to infection, fatigue, right? Low performance. But if you are still recovering from the diet mentality, thinking about how to balance your meals may still feel very overwhelming for you and bring you back to some old ways of thinking, dieting thoughts. So comment below if the thought of balancing your meals or how to balance your meals brings up old thoughts of dieting. I would love to know. We want to focus on a variety of nutrients and foods that genuinely satisfy us, so that we can best support our bodies, we can maintain and honor our health, and yes, even improve our energy and our mood without feeling restricted. This is our goal. So what are some of those strategies to balance your meals with nutrient-rich foods without it feeling like a diet? The first thing is change it up. When you're creating meals for yourself, focus on variety. Don't eat the same old every day. You know, when you're on a diet, you'll often eat the same breakfast, the same lunches. Maybe you'll switch up the dinners, but there's very, very little variety. When we have variety, we have different colors, we have different textures, we have different flavors of food. You know, whether it's fruits and vegetables and whole grains and healthy fats, and it just keeps things interesting, and it just ensures that you're getting a wide range of nutrients. Keeping in mind that no one food or food group provides all the nutrition / nutrients that our body needs to be healthy. And so, yes, it's nothing new. You hear the recommendation to try to choose whole, minimally processed foods as much as you can. And so, yes, you know, building your plate with a source of protein, a solid foundation of carbohydrate, rich in fiber, those healthy fats that are so very important for us. We don't need to be afraid of fat, my friends. And always remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about becoming and staying mindful, intentional with your food choices. That's really going to best support your health, and so that your body can function its best for you. The other strategy here is look at your plate and think about the color of the foods on your plate. Again, not a new concept for you, but if you're stuck in old dieting rules, chances are you're not necessarily considering these things as you're working to balance your meals. When we include a variety of color on our plates, we're not just making the meal more appealing to us, which, by the way, when the meal is visually appealing, there is a greater satisfaction as well, but we're actually boosting the nutritional value of that meal in a big way. Each color of the fruits and the vegetables, even your whole grains, represents and provides different vitamins and minerals and antioxidants, all of which play very important and unique roles in supporting your health. So, as an example, red food like tomatoes and red bell peppers, they are rich in what we call lycopene, which is really important for our heart health. Orange and yellow foods, deep orange, right, like carrots and sweet potatoes and squash, They're loaded with beta carotene, a very important antioxidant, which our bodies do convert to vitamin A for healthy skin and vision. Let's say green vegetables, for example, like spinach and broccoli, they're packed with vitamins K and vitamin C and folate and iron. Of course, we can't forget iron, nutrients that really support things from bone health to immune function. And then, of course, purple and blue foods, blueberries, purple cabbage, for example, they too contain powerful antioxidants that help to fight inflammation and protect your cells. So this is all very, very important as you're looking to balance your plate with nutrient-rich foods. Number 3, focusing on flavor, not calories, right? We don't want to worry about calories. So rather than obsessing about calorie counts, focus on creating meals based on the foods that you enjoy. Never eat something you don't enjoy. One of the perks of being an intuitive eater is if you love it, savor it. If you don't love it, don't eat it. So you do this by enhancing the flavor of your meals with herbs and spices, which, by the way, have so many medicinal benefits for you, right? So I would highly, highly encourage you up your intake of those things. Remember, creating nutritionally balanced meals will look different for you, for me, for other people. There's no one-size-fits-all approach to balanced eating. When we think there's a one-size-fits-all approach, that's when it becomes dieting again. So rather than focusing on strict rules, focus on what makes you feel good, both physically, mentally, emotionally. And by using these strategies, you really can enjoy the process of nourishing yourself and creating meals that feel right for you and are highly, highly enjoyable and pleasurable and satisfying, because you deserve to enjoy the food that you eat. Now, I know this might feel uncomfortable at first, learning how to balance meals without falling into the dieting trap. We talked about that at the start of today's live stream. So a couple of thoughts that I have for you around that. Looking at your intuitive eating principles, I will pull 3 of them out in particular that you can really dig into when you're looking to apply the strategies I've just mentioned to balance your meals. Number 1, reject the diet mentality. So you're here, you've committed to letting go of the strict rules around food, letting go of the dieting. Honor that commitment. Instead of viewing your food or the meals you create as good or bad, right? So the meals are good or bad, you're good or bad, you had a good or bad day, right? Really work on looking at food as fuel and nourishment and pleasurable for your body. And rejecting the diet mentality frees you up to make the choices based on what you truly need, what you truly want, and what you truly want to enjoy. So if you haven't worked fully on reject the diet mentality, please dig into this principle more. Second, discover the satisfaction factor. Now, I've hinted to this quite a bit over the last couple of minutes. We want eating to be enjoyable. I mean, it's supposed to be enjoyable, right? So make it a habit of asking yourself as you're planning your balanced meals, does this sound satisfying to me? So before the meal, before you start prepping, what do you really want to eat? And does this sound satisfying for me and what I truly want in this moment? When you choose foods that both taste good and make you feel good, well, that helps you to create more balanced meals. And then finally, honoring your health with gentle nutrition. Gentle nutrition is all about incorporating foods that support your health in a balanced way. Remember, naysayers of intuitive eating think that we don't think health is important, and that is false. Of course, health is important. Health is a value of mine and of all of my clients, and nutrition is important. So, the biggest difference one of the biggest difference between gentle nutrition and diet rules is that gentle nutrition will focus on what you can add to your plate that is going to be nutrient rich for you. We can add things in versus with dieting, we remove things. Oh, I can't have that. Take that out. Take that out. With gentle nutrition, let's focus on what could we add to that meal. It's really also important that you're kind and gentle to yourself. Even if a meal doesn't come out as balanced as you hoped, well, that's okay. There's no perfection in eating. Keeping these points in mind will help you to create meals in a very intuitive, freeing way. So balanced eating is about creating a nourishing relationship with food, one that feels supportive and not restrictive. So again, instead of following restrictive, rigid rules about, well, how to balance your meals, that sounds diety, right? Don't scrutinize every single calorie and every single point and things like that, right? Learn to make the choices that honor your health, that honor your taste, and that honor your satisfaction. Embracing variety, enjoying the colors and the flavors and the textures, and focusing on what truly satisfies you will allow you to be more intuitive and have a more intuitive approach to meals, to food, one that is totally free from the diet culture's constraints. So remember, balanced nutrition or balanced eating is flexible and it's personal, and it does not require perfection. As you continue along your journey, please be gentle with yourself. I say that again. Celebrate your progress and absolutely savor the joy of nourishing your body. You deserve a balanced, enjoyable relationship with food. I'd love to hear your biggest takeaways from today's session. Please comment below. Let me know if I can assist you in any way as we near the end of the year. Consider, is it your time to perhaps get the support of someone like myself, a registered dietitian for over 36 years who specializes in nutrition therapy and intuitive eating? Please let me know. I'm happy to jump on a short call with you, complimentary, to figure out what your next steps are. Have a great rest of your day. Go ahead and hashtag replay, tag me, and I'll be back to answer questions and comment on your posts. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk with you real soon.